This bench is wet. One of those days. I want to thank Skillet and Mike for sharing this story with me. And it is referring to 4,000 people that just lost their jobs. And the way they lost their jobs is horrific. And we're going to talk about that today. Um, it's hard it's hard to wake up and tell people what's coming. And I see it really clearly, and I'm sure so many of you see it. Type 1 if you see massive job losses coming in the future. Type 2 if you don't. I think that we are literally in a moment. It's really hard to wake up and actually watch this happen. This story is about a furniture store that employed 4,000 people that just lost its credit, and that's it. And what a lot of people don't understand is our country is only run on credit. Our tax code is built in a way, and it is horrific, that it favors a company that runs on super lean margins due to debt. It does not favor a company to save money and pay cash because of the amount of tax they pay. When Trump changed the corporate tax rate and dropped it, I thought it was a pure stroke of genius. And a lot of people did not understand. The reason why is because it incentivized, because the tax rate was so low, it incentivized companies to save money, to keep in their coffers, not to blow it before the year end, thus causing a taxable event. It changed the way businesses did business. And we are in a moment where you are seeing credit shutting down. Not just your credit card statements or your credit card debt limits being lowered, or your home equity line of credits being lowered, or just the fact that a lot of banks are not even giving out car loans, or they're giving a lot less. You are going to see companies shutter their operations, have to lay off everyone almost overnight because of their credit facility being taken away and their inability to source new credit. So here's the story. This is out of FurnitureToday.com. Klossner to cease operations. Klossner Home Furnishings has closed effective immediately, the Furniture Today has learned. In a notice posted to the company website, Klossner stated, Klossner's lending source has unexpectedly refused to continue to fund the company's operations. This outcome was not reasonably foreseeable, but due to these unexpected circumstances, Klossner can no longer sustain its operations. As a result, Klossner has made the difficult decision to permanently cease operations and is providing as much notice as possible. Klossner anticipates closing all of its facilities entirely, and that process is underway as of today, August 7th, 2023. According to multiple sources in the industry, the company had been challenged recently to maintain current payments with key suppliers and had difficulty receiving goods. Calls and emails to Klossner officials have not been returned as of this writing. Now, this company employed over 4,000 people. It says here in another article on WFMY News, it says around 1,100 employees are impacted by the sudden closure. There's a couple different numbers out there between 4,000 and 1,100, so I don't know exactly which one's which, but let's put it this way. It's a lot of people. We are going to see more of this. And the question is, and I've had CFOs contact me in the past where they were concerned. They watched a couple of my videos about the future coming events in the credit markets and how vulnerable is your company. And they said, we are very vulnerable, and I'm actually scared for my own job because I'll be at the helm as a CFO when this goes down. And I spoke with one person that believes they actually lost their job because of the amount of questioning they were questioning their company about their stability as a company and their credit facility and how stable is that going forward after watching a couple of my videos. And the person that emailed me actually said, it's probably the best thing that ever happened to them. But they said that it rattled people in their company when I started asking these questions. It's a thing, something that you have to listen to your heart and your spirit, your gut, for lack of better terms, because if you've got a feeling that your company's on the verge, you need to start looking for outside employment right now. You have to think about multiple streams of money, different jobs coming in, because what happened in 2008 was almost an overnight event. And the reason why is because of credit shutting down and companies couldn't keep going. So you saw the videos of the people lined up with the boxes walking out of their corporate offices. And we've already been seeing a slow roll train, crash already, with McDonald's laying off its corporate staff. We've seen, cuttings in different companies at high levels, executives losing their jobs, cutting the fat, with management. So the next phase is the workforce. And if you think about it, I mean, just today, look at this. Layoffs. I'll just do this live, right? Hit news. And let's just see what happens. Dell confirms sales layoffs as part of new partner-led shortage strategy or storage strategy. So Dell's laying people off. That's 23 hours ago. What venture capital layoffs mean for the startup economy? That was 3 hours ago. A comprehensive list of 2023 tech layoffs. We've been talking about that since January, right? Zuli ditching Seattle headquarters after layoffs and ownership change. Sage braces for layoffs after FDA rejects some drug. Check this out. Out of ABC 3 days ago, CEOs' pay climbed before layoffs at tech giants like Alphabet, Microsoft, data shows. Well, that's great. That's cool. You keep paying yourself more while you lay people off. Here we go. 2 days ago, CVS is laying people off. Rubbermaid owner Newell plans warehouse closures, about 500 layoffs. That's just on page 1 of Google when you type layoffs and hit the news tabs. So the fact of the matter is, this is going to continue to get worse. And like I've said before, it's going to really hit a fever pitch. Really the beginning of that storm hits the last week of September. And that lines up with special calendars that have been around for centuries that show that economic collapses happen on special dates in the fall. And I think that people need to understand how big of a deal it is and get ready for it, because again, this is going to lead to so many people having so much confusion and anxiety that, you can only warn so many people. I'm out trying, I'm sure you are too. Type 3 if you're out actively trying to warn family and friends right now, but they're probably just looking at you like you're crazy. And then just look at the comments. There are people, everyone is getting this. Very few understand it, and then even fewer do something about it. And so my thing is you're going to take advantage of this. We can't let Hillary Clinton be right and let a good, what is it? Collapse go to waste. I'm just going to make that up. That's mine now. I'm going to change it. I'm being honest. This is what the elites have done for centuries. Why aren't we taking advantage of this too? They want to cause these crashes. Well, then let's take advantage of it. And let's put the wealth where it belongs. And that's in the people's hands, not the 1%. All right, hopefully you have a great day. The Economic Ninja is out.